Hi, I'm Beaver Buddy. Get ready for a magical children's story with a heartwarming moral about how even the smallest acts can bring big changes. Have you ever heard of a button that could bring two worlds together? Deep inside a dusty sewing box, a lonely button named Brillo wished for a purpose. Brillo wasn't like the others. He glowed faintly in the dark and shimmered with colors no one could name. But nobody ever chose him. He felt forgotten. Every night, Brillo dreamed of being sewn onto a pirate coat or a magician's robe. Anything exciting. Yet he remained hidden beneath bobbins and old thimbles. One morning, the box rattled. A clumsy drop spilled its contents across a wooden floor. Brillo rolled and rolled, straight under the bookshelf, where he vanished. There, in the hush of dust and mystery, he met Crispa, a feather made of silver leaves. She fluttered gently, even without wind, and whispered strange songs. "You're not from around here," said Crispa, amused. "You shimmer like the sky before thunder." Brillo, startled but hopeful, told her his dream of being useful. Crispa nodded. "There's a place I know, a seam between worlds. Only a special thread can stitch it. Maybe you're the knot we need." Brillo trembled. That night they set off. Brillo tucked into Crispa's curl, and together they floated past forgotten marbles, sleeping spiders, and a clock with no hands. Finally, they reached the seam, a glowing tear between the real and the wishing world. The air buzzed like soda fizz. "Touch it," Crispa said gently. Brillo hesitated. "What if I break it?" "You might," she said, "or you might fix something no one else could." He closed his eyes and pressed against it. Sparks danced, colors spilled. A soft sound like laughter and sighs swirled around them. Brillo felt himself stretch, not torn, but opened, like a blooming flower. On the other side stood a creature with eyes like stars. "I'm Poco," it said, "guardian of the wishing world. Our border has been weak. We need a bond." Brillo blinked, uncertain. "Me? I'm just a button." Poco smiled kindly. "Exactly. You close things, you hold them together. You're perfect." With Crispa's feather wrapped around him like thread, Brillo was sewn right into the sky, connecting two patches of stars that had long been torn apart. From that moment, dreams traveled more freely. Lost hopes returned. Laughter and music passed between worlds like warm breezes through an open window. Brillo was happy. He was part of something bigger, and every night he shimmered in the sky like a strange little star with a very big heart. But one day, the shimmer dulled. Crispa sensed something wrong. Brillo was unraveling. The magic thread was fading, and he could no longer hold the seam. "I'm not strong enough," Brillo whispered. "The joy is slipping." Crispa fluttered close. "But there's still one last thing we haven't tried." "What?" Brillo asked weakly. "Hope?" "No," said Crispa, her leaves rustling. "Help." And with that, she flew into the wind, singing louder than ever before. She summoned whispers from both worlds, children, animals, even breezes and dreams. They all sent tiny pieces of kindness toward the seam in glowing sparks. Acts of love, like shared cookies, healed friendships, and quiet songs, turned into invisible threads. One by one, they reached Brillo and stitched around him. Brillo felt the warmth of those acts, not magic, but something deeper, real and soft and strong. The seam began to mend again, brighter than ever before. "I thought I was the only one who could fix it," Brillo whispered. "You were the first," said Poco, "but not the last. You inspired the rest." Brillo didn't glow alone now. Around him floated other buttons, feathers, and glowing hearts. The seam was now a tapestry, woven by everyone. Crispa smiled. "You brought them together, Brillo. You started it with your tiny dream." Brillo glowed brighter than ever, feeling full instead of forgotten. He was no longer a button lost in a box. He was a bridge, a story, a star in the sky sewn with kindness, stitched in love, and glowing with wonder. Sometimes, when the wind is still and your room is dark, you might see a faint shimmer above and wonder, why does that star flicker like a button? That's Brillo, and beside him, fluttering like silver dreams, is Crispa. Together they remind the sky that even the small can stitch the biggest change. And every kind thing you do, it sends a new thread into the world. You're part of the story now too, sewing seams with smiles and little acts of care. Moral: even the smallest things we do can help fix what feels too big to mend. See you soon with more magical adventures, wonderful places, and heartwarming tales with Beaver Buddy.